Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my makeup. I'm going to be showing you some of my really cool Hello Kitty products that I have because I know you came for that content, okay? I also want to talk about some of the struggles that I have had growing up and being introverted. It's hard to be introverted. It's hard to look around and see people have friends and it comes so easily to them. I know a lot of people out there can relate, and I never want someone to feel like they're the only one that's struggling with this, especially if you're in high school. I have a lot to say about that. So yeah, I hope that you feel a little less alone after watching this video and that we can bond over cute makeup. Thanks for clicking on this video. First, we're gonna be putting on this bad boy. I rarely wear this guy, but I feel like I should, for the culture of this video, I should wear it. Okay. Okay. I recently got this at the mall, and it is the cutest little makeup bag ever, and there is so much space in here. Oh my god. On one side I keep my makeup products, and on the other side I keep my face care stuff. I don't really have like a primer. I just kind of put lotion on and then hope for the best. Just use this Fit Me foundation. I don't normally wear concealer because I'm cheap, and so I just kind of think to myself, like, why would I buy concealer when I can just put a bunch of foundation on my face? I'm almost out of this. As you can see, I had to stick it in there real deep. I kind of just treat my foundation like it's concealer. So basically what pretty much sparked this entire idea in my head of wanting to talk about this on video is something that a friend told me. After like a good 6 months of knowing each other, she told me that when she first met me, I was very ominous. I don't think she used that word correctly, but she said it was very ominous. It kind of seemed like I was hard to get to know, or I kind of had a wall up. Me and her never ended up really getting close or being like that good of friends, which is totally fine. I think she's a great person. I think that goes for a lot of people that I know in my life. Like, I'm not really close with most people. So after she said that, I kind of reflected on it and realized that I'm difficult to be friends with. I am not very easy to be friends with. I'm not very easy to get close with. If somebody wants to open up to me, I will make sure that they know that I'm a safe space to talk to. I try to make people feel comfortable, but I think it's actually pretty hard to get people. I think it's hard for people to get me to open up to them. Does that make sense? I'll open up about like shallow things. Like, I'm definitely an overshare. I'll be like, hey, I just had like the biggest poop of my life back there in the bathroom, but I won't share like my deep feelings. So when she told me that, it made me realize, like, wow, I'm in college. I have met so many people. I have had so many opportunities to have like a lot of really close friendships and have like a really big circle. But I don't have that. I have like one really close friend in college, and that's it. And then I have another really close best friend that I've had my entire life that I met in high school. So not my entire life, but you know, I met her like the first year of high school, and that's it. And it kind of made me sad, and it made me start to think, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I incapable of opening up to people? Okay, after blending that out with this brush, I'll blend it out with a wet beauty blender. I look like I'm trying to do white face right now. It gets better, don't worry. I contour and everything. Actually, my boyfriend helped me find a really cute, good contour at TJ Maxx. If you give him like a goal, he will find it for you. That's why I wanted to tag along when I go to stores like TJ Maxx and Marshalls, where it's like a scavenger hunt, and like, you know, if you find a really good product, you're never gonna find it again. So my face does not match my hand. Next, I'm gonna use some powder, and I'm gonna use this cute little Hello Kitty little sponge, because when I try to put on powder with my wet sponge, it is not good. Like, it lifts up the foundation and makes it like cakey. It's really bad. Something else that I also realized is that I would see girls kind of like in my social group. I would get jealous when I saw people have a ton of friends, and I would see that being social and having a lot of connections and hanging out with people often and being around a lot of people often came really easy to them. I wanted that for myself, and I didn't understand why I couldn't have that. I did understand why I couldn't have that. I guess I didn't understand, like, why am I like this, bro? I'm sabotaging myself. And then after some more examination, I realized I am like jealous of that, and I want that, but I low-key don't want that. Why am I jealous of something I don't want? I think everyone craves connection. That's the thing. Everybody craves connection. They want to feel understood, and they want really close people in their lives that make them feel safe. Introverted and extroverted people want that, but they want that in different ways. I saw that very extroverted people had that, and it came easy to them. And to me, that comes difficult. I have chosen to be thankful for the two very, very close friends that I have in my life. I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want to have like 10 friends that I'm like meh with, but I'm not really actually super close with any of them. Okay, I keep putting like so much powder on my face. This is why I'm so bad at doing my makeup on video, because I just lose track of what I'm doing, and then my makeup turns out really, really bad. Okay, I'm done with that. This is the bronzer that my boyfriend helped me find. It's called Out of Office. It's super, super dark even for me, so I have to be very light-handed with it. Something that I noticed is with a lot of friends, having a lot of people in your life that you tell a lot of things to, comes a lot of drama. Notice that a lot of the time, like, you have to pretend to like some people. You won't really like someone, but because they're in like your social group, like, you still have to invite them to stuff. The dynamic gets complicated. Some people are bad at confrontation, so they'll resort to, you know, venting to their other friends in the friend group about how much they dislike a certain person because maybe they're lying to them. Maybe they're like just not nice and they're passive aggressive. And instead of confronting them, they'll talk behind their back. So the other person, you know, with all the other complexities that they have of trying to be a good friend, but, you know, messing up because nobody's perfect, they're going to feel bad, and they're going to feel that there's an unbalance in the friendship, because you're not stupid. You can sense if someone is talking bad about you, and then people are like pretending to like you, but you don't know if they actually do like you. I know that that's not like every like big friend group out there, but I've seen that. I've seen a ton of that. And I'm just trying to look at the good side of what I have. I have amazing people in my life. The grass is truly not greener on the other side. There may be someone that looks at me and is jealous of the friendships that I have in the life that I have. Meanwhile, I'm jealous of them. So why don't we all just stand here and be jealous of ourselves? Oh my God, she's so great. I wish I had her life. You do have her life. You do have her life. I don't know if I blended this well. Oh my God, ow, there's something in my eyeball. I actually remember that in like early middle school kind of vibes, I was actually a little more outgoing, I would say. I was a little more like, I've always been like quirkier, I guess. Like, I like to say like funny things, out of pocket things, but now I'm only comfortable being my true self around the people that I'm closest to. So a lot of people don't really get to know my true personality. I mellow it down for most people. But I used to not be like that. I used to just be like fully myself. I think it's for two reasons that I'm no longer like that. First reason is just in general, I think this happens to most. They get beaten down by society and by people in school. Like, people in school are mean, will make you feel bad about being yourself. Not being like a carbon copy of everyone else. The other thing that maybe not so many people can resonate with, I moved around a lot. I did end up going to 3 high schools, okay? I went to 3 high schools and 2 middle schools, so I never really had like a close friend group. So moving around a lot, at first I was like, you know what? With every new place that I go to, I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to take this moment to reinvent myself. All of those past embarrassing moments that I've had, no one has to remember that anymore. Like, I can be new. I can be new. I can be new and improved. I can be cute. I can have a new personality. Did I have a personality disorder? I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, it was like fun at first, like a fun little quest. I started getting used to the fact that if I like left the group that I was in, no one would really notice and no one would really care, because I wasn't a part of that like foundation of a friend group that people had. At first, I was like, that's okay. I'm going to find people that care about me, introduce myself, just be honest, be like, hey, I'm new, like, I really want to make friends, like, let's hang out, like, can I sit with you guys at lunch? Like, I was outgoing like that. Like, I would just straight up say that to people. And at first it worked, but then as I kept moving around, like, I just got so beaten down, and it got ingrained into my head that like, people don't care about me. If I go throughout the day without speaking to anyone, no one will speak to me. And that's what I did. The very last time that I moved schools, I went every single day for a year, like, not talking to anyone. I legitimately had 0 friends for a year, and I ended up getting so depressed. Do you hear that? That's my house's cuckoo clock. In my head, I was like, I'm invisible. No one cares about me. And I am so tired of having to put in the effort to make friends. Like my parents and like my parents' friends were like telling me like, join clubs, like talk to people. Like it's going to be hard for you to make friends because you're not talking to anyone. And I was like, I know that, but it's not fair that I have to do this every single year. I'm so drained. I deserve stability and a good friend group and people that care about me and people that like me for who I am, and I just want to be myself. My social anxiety started to get so bad that I was like so terrified to just make a phone call, or like I would be like shaking and sweating going to like a cashier and like ordering something. When you're like so quiet for so long and don't have friends for so long, it kind of changes your brain chemistry. I truly do still have that mindset of thinking like I don't belong here and I'm not valuable to this group or this conversation. But let's move on to the next thing. Oh, blush. Now I will be in a group setting with these groups that I have been accepted into, and I don't allow myself to get close, and I see all of these other people in the group getting super close to each other, and I don't allow myself to get close to them. I get genuinely so surprised when people reach out and say, hey Cami, like come be a part of the group, come hang out, where were you? And people do that because people are so nice. My brain is like, what? Do you think you see me and I'm a real person and I'm valuable to the conversation and you want to be my friend? That idea just stayed ingrained in my head. It's so sad. It's so sad how insecure I got. I think the first step of me like realizing that I am like self-sabotaging myself is good, but I don't know how to change my brain chemistry. I really don't. And that's something that like a lot of people struggle to understand. Did I blend that? I'm making this sound like a lot more depressing than it actually is. Basically, I used to be like pretty extroverted, and then I got like really depressed and like didn't talk to anyone. And now I'm just kind of in the middle, okay? So like I found a good balance. Developed my personality. I am a stronger person because of my past. This is like my favorite highlighter ever. It's just so freaking pretty. Blend, blend, blend. Should I bust out the James Charles makeup palette? I haven't used that baby in a while. Look at my shirt, it's so cute. Okay, I found it. Oh, James Charles. Just spruce. Oh my gosh. I look crazy. We're gonna do our eyes and our eyebrows. Okay, I had to put on my glasses to like actually see what I'm doing. Something that I am truly thankful for is the fact that I can see it in someone when they're struggling to make friends. I can instantly pick it out in a group when someone feels very uncomfortable, very out of place, like they just want to go home and like they're not clicking with anyone. It's definitely always on my radar because I used to be in group settings like that and wish that someone would notice the fact that I was about to go in the bathroom and have a panic attack, okay? Oh. I was about to go in the bathroom and call my mom and say, Mommy, come pick me up, please. I love that I'm always looking out for that and I'm noticing that because it kind of heals like my inner child. Like it heals me and it kind of makes up for all of those moments in the past where I have felt super left out. And I know that that makes me a better person, that makes me a better friend. I'm not saying that people who don't tend to like pick up on that are bad people at all. Like those people have amazing strengths in their character and personality that I don't have. Everybody has their strengths and I am thankful for my strengths. And even my weaknesses. You know what? My weaknesses make me who I am. I have like two very, very, very close friends, and then like the other people in the friend group I love so dearly, and I definitely want to work on getting closer to them this year. But I recently had my 21st birthday and I was actually able to invite people and like celebrate with them, and I decorated my friend's apartment all with Hello Kitty. We all just like hung out and like had a little mini party to celebrate me, and honestly that made me so emotional to be able to do something like that. In the past, like every year since I was a teenager, my parents would say, Cami, let's throw you a birthday party. Like they always wanted to celebrate me. They wanted to put on music, have a little party in the house, have me invite my friends, but I would always be like, you know what I want for my birthday? Like, I want like money and like I want to go on a shopping spree, which like who wouldn't want to do that? Like I'd still want to do that. But I was low-key like sad. I low-key did want to have a party, but ever since I was little, I had so much birthday anxiety because I was like, people are not going to want to come to my birthday. Why would anyone want to celebrate me? why would I ever be important enough in anyone's life for them to dedicate a day to me and come celebrate and be with me? I'm boring. Like, it's gonna be awkward. Like, they're all gonna leave the birthday party and like talk like bad about me and say how like it wasn't fun and how I'm like weird and why did they even show up? I don't know. I always had these thoughts growing up. And then like in my later teens, when I started moving around so much, I was like, I don't even have people to invite. And my parents knew that, but they would still say like, just invite like a few friends. I didn't even have the heart to tell them like, legitimately, I have 0 people to invite right now. I legitimately have 0 people to invite. Well, I had 1 because my very, very, very close friend of forever, but she was long distance because I had moved around so much. You know what I mean? Okay. Whew. I got this mascara at an international market. I don't know. It works. I actually have this horrible memory of throwing a birthday party when I turned 11, I think. It was in 6th grade. I invited like the popular girls as well. I remember none of them came because they were just, I don't know, they were all more like friends with each other and like didn't want to come to mine, I guess. Like, I wasn't even that close with them though. Like, they weren't mean. They're 11. Like, how could they be mean? I remember it was like a few days before my birthday party and like 2 people RSVP'd or something. Like, no one RSVP'd. And I remember feeling so embarrassed. And it was just a horrible feeling knowing that I had this fear. And I had been telling myself for the longest time, like, it's an irrational fear. Like, of course, like, people are gonna come. And then my fear was coming true. And so I remember, like, my mom sitting down and, like, calling these people that I had invited and asking their parents, like, hey, like, are they gonna come? And I remember, like, she made me, like, call a few, and, like, there was, like, a dad on the phone who was kind of mean to me. And then after that, I never, like, let my parents throw me a birthday party again after that. Oh, that makes me so sad to think about, like, my little 11-year-old self. Like, I just want to give her a hug and tell her that she's worthy of having friends. And to some people, it comes very naturally, and to some people, it doesn't. And that's okay. If you're feeling the way that I used to feel in high school, especially that year that I was so deeply depressed, you should know that nothing in life is permanent. Oh my God, especially if you're in high school, your life is going to change in ways that you can't even imagine right now. Going through moments of solitude, I think, is actually pretty healthy for character development. You find yourself, you find your interests. If you make good use of that time, you will find things that you are interested in and you care deeply about. You're not going to think like, oh, my friends aren't into this. Is this weird? Like, does this really fit with like the dynamic of my life and the people around it? Like, no, you're going to be doing things for you and you only, because there's no one else to worry about. You'll become more confident in yourself, even if you don't have a lot of friends. We're done with eyeliner. They're definitely cousins and not even siblings, but that's okay. And I pulled out my My Melody little eyeshadow palette that I got from Hot Topic. We're gonna go into the black just a little bit and just kind of line this little bottom just a little bit, just create a little bit of a foggy effect. I'm gonna go in with the purple because if you haven't noticed, I have a little bit of purple in my hair. And we're just gonna do that very softly down there too. Also heard that purple kind of brings out like brown eyes. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like if I just tell myself I'm bringing out my brown eyes, then I'm bringing out my brown eyes. Guys, we're almost done with the look. One thing that I've noticed really does help when you're trying to be friendly and be sociable. As an introvert, I have developed very good listening skills. Ask them questions about them. I'm studying blah blah blah. Oh my God, what got you interested in that subject? Like, what do you want to do after you graduate? Blah 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 blah. Okay, so where's like your dream city to live in and like pursue that career? Like, there's just so many questions that you could ask. People love talking about themselves. This would look so good with a lip liner, but I lost my lip liner. Sometimes when I'm feeling extra insecure, I will envy people who find it very easy and very natural to have a lot of friends. In order to snap myself back into reality, I kind of have to just realize and tell myself that I'm jealous of something that I don't even want. And realistically, I can't keep up. I need low maintenance friendships, and I'm so lucky that I have found low maintenance friendships that I'm lucky enough to call my best friends. And I've come to terms with the fact that that's how most of my platonic relationships in the future are gonna have to be like, unless my personality drastically changes, which I don't see that happening because I'm always going to be true to myself. Obviously, it's good to step out of your comfort zone, which I've had to do a ton. But what I'm saying is that it's okay to embrace who you are. Step out of your comfort zone once in a while. Have grace for yourself, knowing that you're trying your best. Know that the situation that you're in right now is not permanent, and you are completely deserving of love and feeling like you're part of a community and you're understood, even if you are introverted. I'm not saying that you're worthy of it despite your introvertedness and your personality. I'm saying that you just are worthy of it, period. The universe needs people like you. If we were all extroverted, this place would be crazy. Okay, this place would be crazy. Okay, take this time to really understand yourself, really appreciate who you are, find your hobbies. And yeah, I'm done with giving advice because I'm not even qualified. I think I'm done with the makeup. This is the final look. I put these cute little gold hoops on. I have this really cute Miffy shirt on that I got from Tilly's, from the kids section. And it was like pretty cheap and on sale. So I recommend shopping at the kids section, definitely. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around until the end, that's really impressive because my videos aren't really that fun to watch. I feel like I'm just kind of talking to my junior year self, and that makes me feel better, and I'm so happy and so proud of how far I've come and how much more confident I am in myself. I don't really know how to end these videos. I guess I'll just give you a little kiss and that's how we'll end it.